I'm here with Simon Idden, Nikon's DSLR product manager, and he's going to tell us all about the new D5100.
Thanks, Angela. So yeah, today we actually announced the D5100, which is kind of the newest member of our DSLR family. It sits in what we call the advanced beginner segment. So for people, from beginners right through to your advanced people, it's got lots of advanced features in here that will appeal to those people. In terms of top-line spec, it's got the same 16.2 megapixel CMOS sensor as the D7000, and its ISO performance is 100-6400, which again is phenomenal for this level of camera. Extendable to 25,600 in high 2 mode, and there actually is an effects mode here, and one of them is called night vision, and the ISO in that is up to 102,400. So great options in terms of low light performance. And in terms of effects options, I think we discussed this earlier, this is a brand new feature for this camera, which brings what we call effects mode onto the mode dial. And this camera is all about creativity and flexibility of shooting. So in this effects mode, you've got 7 different options which you can choose from to create the look and feel of the picture you want, from spot colour, where you can pick individual colours out of a picture and the rest is in monochrome black and white. You could do miniature, so recreating tilt and shift lens pictures, and there's a whole host of others within there, but the idea being that you can just go out there and get some creative shots and upload them straight to Flickr and YouTube without having to know what you're doing. And it's also got, in those sort of effects modes, you can actually shoot in stills and video, so any of those effects you can actually recreate in full HD video. And in talking of video, we've got some ergonomic changes to the camera. So the movie record button is now right next to the shutter release button, so you can go directly into your movies really easily. Live view here, you can flick straight from the mode dial, so everything's within easy grasp of the kind of shutter release button. So, and in movie, you can shoot in 1080p at 24, 25 and 30 frames per second. So you've got those options, particularly if you're into videography. You've got some options depending on what you want to shoot. And there is which is quite a nice feature. It's got an external mic input, which is new to this level of camera. And actually, today, not only is the launch of this camera, it's also the launch, thank you, of the ME1 stereo microphone from Nikon. And this fits onto the hot shoe. And it's been built specifically with DSLR in mind, so various things in it, from where the cable connects kind of is appropriate for a DSLR user as opposed to other areas. And it's got vibration reduction mechanisms inside the mic to avoid the autofocus noise. And it's got a low cut filter here, which you can cut out wind noise. But it's a nice addition for our DSLR, and obviously it makes it more of a system for videographers, and you can team that up with a prime lens. So that launches today as well, which is great.
Is it still full-time AF in video?
Yeah. So this is still full-time autofocus, so which is key, I think, when you're using in live view as well, when you're recording, having full-time autofocus. We talk about the creativity with the effects mode and kind of the flexibility of the camera. Another key thing in terms of flexibility and creativity is the 3-inch Vari-Angle LCD monitor, which is 920k dot resolution, so really strong in terms of high definition quality on the screen. It's actually 17% thinner than the D5000 screen as well, so we've reduced in terms of the size, and opens out horizontally, which obviously works better when you're on a tripod, or and people using camcorders obviously used to this kind of approach. And just in terms of overall size, it's actually 10% smaller and lighter than the D5000, so a great camera for us, and fits into what we call the advanced beginner segment. And I think it's going to be a real strong camera for Nikon going forward.